Big Matt McChesney is here, ready to go with the Heisman stick. What's going on, Matt?
It's a good day to be a Buffalo, boys. Happy Monday.
Yes, it is, man. Listen, I gotta give Matt a hand clap because say what y'all want. Big Matt called this out.
2 years.
Yeah, I'm about to say a long time ago.
My futures bet hit last night too. It was nice.
You bet.
I put a G on him. I put a G on him when he was like plus 3,500 or some shit. So
really,
yeah.
Ooh.
You know me, coach. I stand behind my shit, dog.
Loan me some money, then. Loan me some money, man.
If there's a VIG on my money loan, homie.
Hey, BPS. That's
2
BPS.
points a week. Every Monday, I want my money.
Anytime the homie wins money, it's always, let me borrow something then.
Right. Let me hold something
in my hand.
That's why I'm not letting nobody know when I win the Mega Millions tomorrow, homie. Not one person will know. I'll be right here the same way, but I'll be worth like $700 a mil.
I don't understand how people like the Gentry got robbed thing. He had a great year. He's a great player. But Travis Hunter had a once in a lifetime season. Like it's the Charles Woodson season, like times 10. So it's the best overall player, and that's why he won.
Yeah, I saw Gentry was kind of butthurt. I think he had like I saw some little clip, like an interview after the ceremony. He was, saying that he thought he should have won still.
I'd be pissed off too, dog. That's the Heisman.
For sure.
You don't get another shot at that.
For sure.
He was my pick, but I get it. I mean, it is what it is. You play at Boise.
Shocker.
You weren't going to I mean, my opinion. I thought he was the best player all year long.
I mean, it was the closest race they said since 2009. So it's not like people were just dissing him. Like, nah, it was close as hell. Like he was right there.
But look, the right guy won the award. He won damn near everything else other than the Thorpe, which I don't understand how they can. Other than like Bailey and I came up with this theory that they gave it to just a DB. Like that's if you only can play DB, that's the only reason you're getting the award. I don't know, but he won everything else and. Damn, bro, what a season. What a season for this kid. So whoever gets him in the NFL, I hope they use him right, and I hope the party keeps on going. I think he'll be a great pro, too. We'll see on which side of the ball or if both. I'm eager to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish him nothing but the best. I'm so thankful for what he did to come into 1-11 Colorado, and 2 years later we're 9-3 going to the Alamo Bowl and winning a Heisman. 30 years after my boy Rashawn Salam won it in 94. I'm watching the Heisman Trophy presentation the other night with my son at the same age that I was watching the Heisman Trophy presentation with my dad 30 years ago, watching the bus win at that point with Rashawn. And, it was really cool what Chris Fowler did, honoring Rashawn a little bit. Rashawn was a good friend of mine and is beloved by the CU community. And he passed away in 2016, and his funeral was just so crushing and heartbreaking. And it was really cool for them to honor him a little bit and, for him to be up there being honored the same way that Travis is on all these graphics and everything. It's just really cool. So I just wanted to say that before we get started, bro. It's just a great day to be a Buff, and Heismans are few and far between. And now they're on a list with some very exclusive teams that have 2, and there's not a whole lot. So Travis Hunter, congratulations, brother. That's fucking big time.
Let me ask you, how you think that politics played a role in this at all?
Politics?
Yeah, we all know politics exists in the game of now with all this money being floated around. Do you think if Deion was the head coach at Boise, Gentry wins?
That's a good question.
No, because I think Travis would have played at Boise and done the same thing.
Well, that's my point. But I'm just saying, to me, it's all social media and we're so. I mean,
guys.
Influenced though, seriously, we're so influenced by.
It's never happened before though. Like no one's ever played this much at this high a level. He won the Receiver of the Year award and the Defensive Player of the Year award. Like he won the Chuck Bednarik and the Biletnikoff. That's fucking crazy. So,
but that's my point.
I just don't see how politics played into it at all. After being 1-11 2 years ago, 4-8 last year. I think that this is just the coronation of one of the best college football players that's ever walked the earth. And Gentry is an unbelievably good running back, and Gabriel's a good quarterback, and Cam Ward's good, and all these other guys. But we've seen seasons where running backs go for 2,000 yards and they're dominant. We've seen quarterbacks play well on number 1 teams. No one has ever seen what Travis Hunter just did, and you probably will never see it again.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, Smitty, it's amazing to me, and I'm not attacking you, Coach, but maybe some of the people in the chat, like, it happens again. See you win something, and there's a bunch of excuses on it's political or he shouldn't have won or blah, blah, blah. Just understand and respect the greatness for what it is, folks. That's what I would suggest here.
Yeah, and JB, before you jump into
I don't care.
Yeah, just real quick, like I would say, like having Deion as your head coach and like campaigning for you and the buzz around there, does it help? For sure, yes, I think for sure. I think it helps for sure, just because from a standpoint of marketing, promotion. But at the end of the day, you gotta go out there and ball out to even be in the conversation, to be in this position to do it. And Travis Hunter did that. You know what I'm saying? We all saw, we all agreed. Even you, JB, agreed that you thought he was the best player in college. I mean, you were saying that at a certain point during the season as well. So I think they got it right, but the race was close, and I think that was correct as well. You know, I was in a position where, like, if Jitsi would have won, me personally, I wouldn't have been like, oh my God. Like, I wouldn't have like fell out, like, oh my God. But I think the right person won. So
yeah, I don't believe he should have won the wide receiver of the year award, though. I don't understand where you guys see that at.
Guys, again,
but he's not the best wideout in the country. Like, there's just not a question. I think he's the best.
The Biletnikoff Award guys would say different. 14 touchdowns and 1,300 yards is pretty big time. 90 catches. Like, this isn't. I'm
not saying it's not.
I'm confused on how everybody now. I think it's a little Colorado fatigue. I think people are now getting tired of CU, which is right where we want to be. For real, that's just
normal.
What it is.
That's normal, though, Matt. You know that. Anytime you're shitty and you go good, like, everybody hates.
Yeah, and people are gonna hate, and like, but I don't understand how people can sit around and act like this is like somebody stole an award from someone.
Right.
I don't believe it was stolen.
What are you talking about? He stole. He earned the fuck out of that Heisman. Yeah. If I've ever seen anybody earn a Heisman, it's Travis Hunter this year. So, I'm not saying Gentry shouldn't have won. He was a great player, and he finished second, and that's all well and good. Go play in a major conference, and maybe you win the award. There's my answer. I mean, come on. All the Boise State apologists, save it. Have fun in the playoff.
Yeah, he's the best well-rounded player we've seen since Charles Woodson. I mean, that's period.
He's incredible.
I don't know if he's the best corner or wideout particularly, but that's how it is.
The Big 12 is not a major conference. This is the other thing. Like, people in the chat.
No, they are. But
Arizona State got a bye, didn't they? Sure did. The Big 12 is a major conference. Idiots.
But like, they didn't play him, though.
Your opinions don't mean shit, guys. What happened actually means something.
Well, what happened is they didn't play him, though. That did happen. Fact of the matter, they didn't beat the top 25.
Who didn't play? Who?
Colorado didn't play Arizona State.
That's not what I'm saying. There's people in the chat saying the Big 12 is not a major conference.
No. I'm saying the narrative out there is Colorado didn't play those teams. That you and I discussed this on your show. That's a conference issue or a national issue.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you have 16 teams in a 12-team conference and not everybody's going to play. It's ridiculous. Yeah,
I agree. The narrative is, though, they didn't play nobody, they didn't beat nobody. That is why people are saying what they're saying. In my opinion, that's why I wish they would have played Iowa State and BYU and Arizona State. But
they're playing BYU in the Alamo Bowl, so it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, man, to a topic that's making a lot of noise online. It's a shame we even got to talk about it, but it is what it is. Obviously, after Travis wins the Heisman, all the talks have been about his fiance's reaction and how she's looking, when he won, and then post after that, he's taking pictures with fans, and people were saying that she, didn't look happy, even, quoting out her saying, what do you want me to do? I'll just sit here then. And then after that, there's a video of Deion Sanders, like I said, making sure that she stood up when he got announced that he won the Heisman to give her the hug. With all that being said, Travis Hunter actually put a video out, I don't know if it was this morning or last night, of just responding to the criticism of his fiance. Bailey, do we have it?
You ain't never had no girl. So why y'all talking about me? Find something else to talk about. You talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me and just not starting to be with me. Like, come on, man. Y'all go do something else with y'all life. Clickbait pages, y'all better stop. I'm telling y'all. Y'all, if something bad gonna happen to y'all, y'all keep doing that. Y'all better stop that. I ain't playing. Y'all better stop. All the clickbaiting pages. You know, when we was sitting down and I was at my papa shop, we was talking about my family. What was they gonna do while I was in there signing stuff? I had all my family there. And that's why she did. That's why she said she's gonna stay there so they can get stuff. That's why she said she's gonna sit there so they can get stuff, have fun there. She wanted to go back. They wanted to go back. Someone wanted to go back to the hotel. Some of them didn't.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess I want to jump in first, real quick. For me, man, this is the part of the internet that I hate. Actually, it's the fact that we nitpick every little thing that we see. Like we will take a 5-second moment here, a 10-second moment there, and create this entire narrative of what's going on. If a camera follow me and my wife around this all day, or just every time I go outside, they capture every single moment. They might see moments of us having a conversation. We could be playing around. We could be talking about some personal stuff. It could be whatever. Who know what the moment is going on, but you might capture a 5-second facial expression. It'd be like, oh, Big Smitty and his wife are in a bad argument right now, or oh, they're upset, or this, that, and the third. It's like, stay out this man's relationship. Why are we worried about let's say they are arguing or whatever the case may be. So what? What does that have to do with anything? He's a football player. We care about what he does on the football field. The fact that everybody is online trying to tell this young man what to do, what he shouldn't do, that's none of our business of who he's laying in bed with and who he decides to be with. He will find out whether she's good for him, bad for him, whatever. He will find that out just by just staying the course. Regardless, right now, he's happy. That's who he wants to be with. That's all that should matter. I think we got to stop just being so nitpicky of looking at every little moment and it's like right now people just looking for stuff. Oh, she stood up late. Like what the hell? Like what? Like that's what we arguing about? Like she stood up late? She sat down late? Like it's like every little thing we're just watching and being nitpicky on. And that's just my initial take. I don't know what y'all think.
I'm
torn. JB's ready to go. Let me give it to JB first then.
I'm torn, Matt, and this is why. First of all, then get off social media and get off Twitter and social media.
Not realistic.
Smitty, be honest, what you're saying out of half your mouth is exactly what you are with on the other side. You love social media. You say social media makes more money for everybody than anybody. Travis Hunter is benefiting off social media. So Travis Hunter, get off social media. I bet you'd be crying like a motherfucker that you lost all that money. Shedeur Sanders and everybody else, Cam Ward and everybody in America. I'm not just pointing out football players. I'm talking about social media content creators. Us right now. Then get off social media. You cannot keep talking about having your cake and eating it too, dog. It comes with the territory and the business.
That wouldn't stop other people from recording them, though. That wouldn't stop them.
Yes, it does.
No, I'm saying if Travis say, you know what, I'm off social media. Other people, I still have my camera.
Don't matter. It don't matter. You know who don't see it though? Me. I don't see it and don't have to hear about it and don't have to respond to your bitch ass Twitter. That's what I'm just saying. Here's what it is. You're talking to somebody that was recorded for 5,000 hours. I get it completely. Please understand. Yeah. So everybody that judged me, I'm the one that can tell you how it really goes down, okay? So you can benefit from it and you can be buried by it. So let's be clear. It's a double-edged sword. You got to pick and choose one, dog. You don't get to have both, though. And here's my point. I'm actually defending Travis Hunter in this regard because I believe that, number one, everything I just said is true. Number two, we all were young, Smitty. I got a baby mama who was married to a stripper. Hey, my bitch was a stripper, homie. I pulled her out of the club, dog, and I fucked up. But you know what? I had a daughter. She's 26 years old now. I got to own it. There ain't no going back, reneging. I can't bitch and moan about it now. The bitch was a stripper. And guess what? The pussy was undefeated. And that's what it comes down to. And if that's what the mistake is, then that's the mistake I got to own. Travis Hunter will make a mistake or he won't. But the bottom line is he at 21 or whatever years old he is now, like Matt and I have to deal with the baby mama issues and all this shit we deal with every day, he will have to do. He will have to do it, homie. Only issue I have is let the kid do it and figure it out. Because Dion is like a father. He's going to say, boy, don't you let that girl get in your way. And you know the devil creeps in now. The devil will creep in. I know exactly how Deion will talk to him because he's been raised with a guy that I know that's Deion's boy, that they talk exactly the same from the scripture. I already know what Deion told him. I'm telling you, that's what he said. Don't let this, sign that prenup. Don't let this thing affect you. The glaring issue I have that I would tell Travis is the little things and the gut instinctual things. I knew from gate not to ever marry that stripper bitch. I had a baby. Yeah, that was I got to cut it off after that, though. Like, Deion telling her to get up right there, I would have fire alarms going off. Because if you don't understand how to get up for your man, for a simple award, not a simple award, a huge award, but in a simple way of standing up, like, just, isn't that just common knowledge and respect? I don't want to hear she's a hood girl. I'm from the hood. Nah, homie, that's just common knowledge. Stand up for your daddy, your mama, your sister, your brother, your mom. It don't matter. For Deion to have to stand her up, that shit is glaring to me. But I would just tell Travis, hey, man, live your life, do you. But understand, you're going to have some hiccups and bumps in the road. And now there's people out there digging dirt up on the girl. And that's the part I hate, but I can't get rid of it, Smitty, Matt. That's part of the shit. That's part of the deal we signed up for, homie.
Well, look, this is the situation that they're in. Travis Hunter is a world-famous, Heisman winning, everything winning, first round, wide receiver DB superstar, and she's his girl. And any man knows that your woman is a reflection of you, period. And I'm not going to sit here and trash her or trash him. I don't know their relationship, bro. It seems to me that the clips, like Schmitty said, I don't know if they make her look good, but I know how I felt when I watched them. And I'll just kind of keep that to myself. I think everybody knows what everybody thinks. Yeah. The internet is exploding over this because the divorce rate in this country is like 65%. And as a divorce guy, in a failed relationship, and one of the things in my life that I struggle with every day, because I just sit there and think about what coulda, woulda, shoulda. Nobody ever goes into a marriage or a relationship thinking it's going to fail,
thinking how it's going to end. Yeah,
exactly. Everybody goes in with the best intentions. I hope that everything works out for Travis. I hope that he can look at Coach Prime and learn something. Coach Prime and his ex-wife don't even speak. Like, you saw him at senior day. He couldn't wait to get his boys up there so he could walk away. And this is a very touchy subject. It's very personal. Obviously, Travis is very emotional about it. I wouldn't put it past the NFL guys to try and chirp at him about it next year and try and get in his head. That's what they do. Any and all stuff on the internet or on social media is fair game these days, apparently. So if I were her, I would try and look at some of the things that are happening and try and fix it. This whole, she's been sitting in the room drinking and crying all day. That's not good either. But I kind of feel for both of them at the same time, but the other three guys have their girlfriends there, and I don't see them being followed around with cameras and trying to get TMZ shots. So I think some of this is just, it's brought on by that one clip after the Oklahoma State game where she obviously wasn't happy with him, and that one thing that happened, it just sparked this like wildfire, bro. And is it fair? No, it's not, but it is happening, and they've got to figure out how to deal with it from a PR perspective that's productive, because threatening, you guys better stop. No one's going to stop. The more you threaten the social media public, the more they're going to dive in. So, it's I hope it all works out. I really hope that he protects himself. And I think everybody knows what I mean. Coach Prime was the one talking about prenups way before anybody said it. So I hope that it all works out for both of them and they can figure this out and be happy. And the last thing I want to see is them all stressed out over everyone else's perception of their relationship. But they are young, and usually young people fuck this up. And it's just what it is, man. Yeah. You gotta like really learn from. No one can tell anybody anything about a relationship. You can't be like, oh, you better watch out. Everyone's gonna be like, well, what do you know? So until it happens, good, bad, or indifferent, you've got to just roll with the punches and see what happens, bro. So I hope it works out for both of them.
We could tell them till we're blue in the face. It don't matter.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing. Like, what do you think his homeboys are saying to him, or Coach Prime? Like,
here's the issue.
See all the same thing we see.
Here's the issue I have. I think we talk about financial literacy in this country for athletes and us, which aren't, let's just say athletes and not students no more. Yeah. So we talk about financial literacy all the time. We need to talk about common sense, though, because I believe you have a common sense class that is lacking out there. And in that common sense class would be a basic class, Matt, you and I probably took when it was like intro to college or whatever. When they
I wish they would have had these classes when I was in college, bro. Fuck.
We need to have a student intro to entry level type of class that teaches not only you but your significant others how to publicly act, speak, and carry yourself, which to me would help you financially down in the long run of things. Mm-hmm. Because what happens is we take out common sense and we throw in literacy for finances, and it doesn't matter. Because if we're dumb as a fucking rock, then it doesn't really matter how we spend our money. The fact of the matter is that I'm bringing this up for is because this girl doesn't seem overly, I don't know, smart. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. That's just my observation. Because to me, she can't read the room. If you don't stand up when the whole other room stand up, then to me, it's like, all right, what are we dealing with? Then on Travis's side, I'll let you talk. I'm just saying on Travis's side, to address, Matt, in my opinion, I want to get your take. To address the issue, to me, is bad PR, which comes down to common sense. I don't care no more. I need to leave it alone now because you understand you're now a millionaire who's about to be the first, second, third pick in the NFL draft, and it is what it is. Who cares? It is your life now. I think they're getting some bad advice, not Travis in Colorado. Everyone is getting bad advice as to who and how they speak to. I don't understand it, man. I don't.
Well, it's now athletes and their relationships are like actors. And their relationships back in the day. The chats comparing her to Brittany Mahomes. Brittany Mahomes and Pat have been together forever and have kids together and are married and seem really happy, regardless if you like her or not. But then at the same time, they're comparing her to that, what is it, Brittany Rayner chick? Everybody knows who that is, right? The gold digging, fuck anybody for a watch chick. I'm not saying she's there either. I don't know. I'm just reacting to this like everybody else. But I will say this. It's, as a young man in this position, it's almost, you got to be pretty naive not to think that there are people out there that have a very specific reason to be talking to you and with you. Now, I'm not saying that's what's happening with Travis, but you've got to be aware of this. If you're Caitlin Clark's got to be aware of it, bro. Like,
anybody with power, influence, and money.
Yes, with money and power and influence comes the snakes. So you just got to be careful. That's all. So I hope it all works out. They seem pretty happy most of the time, and he loves her. So I that's their relationship. And honestly, I hope that everybody can kind of step back a little bit and just let them live, dude. Just leave them alone. Just leave them alone.
That's my bigger take. Just let them live. Again, I don't know if it's good, bad. I don't know, and I don't care. That's his relationship, and of course he's gonna be emotional. You're right, JB. He probably shouldn't respond from a PR standpoint,
but he's going to.
20 years old, 21. This is his fiance. He's probably pissed off, seeing all the stuff. He's emotional. It happens. We've responded on stuff, and fans have said, what I mean. We all have had moments where we get emotional in response. So I get it. But to Matt's point, man, let's take a step back. Let whatever the situation is. Let them figure it out. If he has to learn from something, he gonna learn from it. If maybe it turns out to be beautiful and they become Brittany Mahomes and Patrick and they get married, they have kids. Who knows? We don't know the future. But at the end of the day, that's their relationship. Let's keep it on the field. So